If you've ever found modern dating overwhelming, imagine trying to navigate it while following hundreds of strict rules and risking your reputation at every turn. This was the reality for anyone seeking to get hitched during the Bridgerton era, where dating was practically a competitive sport. With titles, money, and reputations on the line, finding the right match was crucial. But as challenging as finding a partner is today, it was even harder during the Bridgerton era than Bridgerton portrays. The show doesn't fully capture the intense social pressures, strict rules, and constant fear of scandal that made dating so difficult. Let's discuss in more detail what dating was like during the real Bridgerton era, which was not shown in the Bridgerton series. During the Bridgerton era, the best way to find potential partners was to wait for the marriage season, also known as the marriage mart, or simply the season. This occurred when Parliament was in session, and members of the House of Lords, along with their families, would return to London for a whirlwind of social events. The marriage season served multiple purposes. First, it was an excuse to party like there was no tomorrow. Activities included attending balls, banquets, house parties, theater or opera shows, strolling through pleasure gardens, and flaunting one's wealth and social status. Showing off was practically an event in itself, with members of the upper classes engaging in multiple social activities daily, sometimes staying out so late that balls served breakfast the following morning. The second, and arguably more important purpose of the season, was to find a suitable match. The marriage mart was engineered to be the perfect place to do this, as all events were tailored to ensure attendees were of similar wealth and social status. But even among the rich, finding a match was a gauntlet of obstacles, especially for young ladies. Not only did they need to find a willing and able husband, but they also had to compete with other eligible ladies, and do so before being deemed a spinster. Once a potential suitor was found, the seemingly endless list of rules began. Breaking the wrong one could lead to social ruin. The 19th century brought changes to partner selection criteria among the elite. New ideas about marrying for love emerged, though this love had to occur within one's social circle, and preferably with someone who could elevate one's social or financial status. Compatibility became key, and couples with common interests were believed to have stronger marriages. This period also saw the acceptability of marrying cousins, which, despite being unthinkable today, had its benefits. Cousins knew each other well, shared similar values, and kept wealth within the family. For those who preferred not to marry within the family, more effort was required. Attractiveness was crucial in the competitive marriage market. Young ladies needed to adhere to beauty standards, being clean, fashionable, and displaying virtues like chastity and modesty. They became accomplished in music, languages, and needlework. In conversation, a lady was expected to listen more than speak, and being agreeable was highly sought after. Gentlemen, on the other hand, were expected to be intelligent and respectable, engaging in sportsmanship, intellectual pursuits, and travel. Attending many balls and social events allowed a man to peruse the selection of young ladies to find a wife, while young ladies and their parents did everything possible to catch a gentleman's attention. Finding a potential partner was only the first step. Next came dating, also known as courtship during those time, with its own set of rules designed to stave off romantic passion. A lady could never be found alone with a man without risking her reputation. All interactions had to be overseen by a chaperone, typically a female relative, whose job was to protect the lady's virtue and guide her towards a proper match. In Bridgerton, Penelope's chaperone duties are typically fulfilled by her mother, Portia Featherington. Also in this, we can see Violet Bridgerton doing the chaperone duties for Francesca Bridgerton. Compliments and physical contact were strictly off-limits. Holding hands was unthinkably forward, though a gentleman could assist a lady in certain situations, like mounting her horse or climbing stairs and dancing. First names were never used during dating, reserved only for family and close friends. Couples addressed each other by last names and titles until the relationship became serious. Overly friendly behavior in public was frowned upon and could lead to assumptions of engagement or loose morals. A typical Bridgerton-era dating could last from a few months to a few years. If all went well, a marriage proposal could be on the horizon. Despite women's lack of rights, they had some power in dating, which is the power of refusal. A lady could decline a dance, remain unavailable, or reject a proposal if she felt they were not well suited. Proposals were quite different from today's norm. Men did not go down on one knee, nor was a ring always involved. After accepting a proposal, the couple needed the bride's father's permission to marry before drawing up a marriage contract detailing the exchange of property and money. After the engagement was made official, couples had to wait a minimum of 3 weeks before the wedding due to the Marriage Act of 1753, which required weddings to be announced 3 Sundays in a row to prevent secret marriages. The wedding itself was usually a small affair with only family members present. Once married, the couple began their new life together, and since divorce was practically impossible, they better have made the right choice. We will make a separate video regarding after-marriage rules if you guys want. The strict rules and high expectations of Bridgerton-era courtship and marriage were a reflection of the social norms of the time. Reputation and social standing were paramount, and any deviation from accepted behavior could lead to scandal and ostracism. This made the process of finding and securing a match fraught with challenges and pressures that are hard to imagine today. It's important to note that the experience of dating and courtship in the Bridgerton era was vastly different for the working class and servants, who had their own set of challenges and rules. While Bridgerton focuses on the lives of the wealthy, the realities for the lower classes were equally complex and governed by their own societal norms. The Bridgerton era was a time of big changes, influenced by the Industrial Revolution. This era saw major shifts in every part of life, including dating and marriage. The growing middle class and more people moving to cities for work brought new challenges and opportunities to traditional dating practices. The new urban lifestyle meant that people met potential partners in different ways, adding complexity to finding a match. These changes made dating more dynamic and diverse, reflecting the broader social transformations of the time. People began to socialize in different settings, like factories, markets, and public events, instead of just family gatherings or arranged meetings. This shift gave individuals more freedom to choose their partners based on personal connections, rather than solely on family arrangements. The rise of newspapers and letter writing also played a role, allowing people to communicate more easily and explore relationships beyond their immediate social circles. The dating rules of the Bridgerton era might seem old-fashioned and very strict by today's standards, but they were important for keeping society orderly back then. Knowing these rules helps us better understand the characters' challenges and successes in finding love within such strict limits. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment below. Subscribe to Premier Peak for more such interesting video.